Coming to you straight from the Rio Grande and beyond. Broadcasting to the four corners of the globe. So grab your seat, your coffee, or your sundowner.
Okay, everybody, here we go.
On point, as always. This is Gloves Off. Gloves Off.
So when I was working on Selena, the series for Netflix, to play the role of Abraham Quintanilla, I put on a specific amount of weight, which I was fine doing, but also realizing it could be difficult to get that weight off. I got back into my physical regimen with James Leja, but I was still having trouble with just those last amounts. And that's when I got to meet Arturo from Laredo Medical Weight Loss Clinic. And just the products that he gave me kind of put me over the edge. I feel great about myself.
Hi, I'm Don McLaughlin. I'm a candidate for House District 80, which consists of Webb County, Uvalde County, Dimmitt County, Zavala County, Frio County, and Atascosa County. I'm also a small businessman, and I know what it takes to run a small business. And for too long, we've had too much government regulation coming into our small business and making it tougher and tougher for us to survive and get by. And that's one of the things I hope to change. Small business is the backbone of the state of Texas, and we need to make sure it thrives and that they have the support they need in government and less government regulation.
We're back at you in Gloves Off, and today I got a great guest, a person that is running for City Council of Laredo, District 8, Luxsandra Guerra. How are we doing, Luxsandra?
Hello, Mr. Buitrón.
I'm glad that you came.
Thank you for inviting me.
You know, and it's the invitation is open to everybody that wants to stand up for the city. And the reason the reason we do this is to give to those that do not know what's going on. There's a lot of people here that have no idea what's going on with city government, or what's going on with their community, or the small businesses that are around. Because of life, the way it goes, they kind of just lock into them and just focus on one little thing, while everything around them is important as well. And then they find out when it's too late, right? But tell me a little bit about yourself and tell me why you're running.
My name is Luxsandra Guerra, born and raised in District 8. The reason I'm running, it's because I've seen my district, there's empty promises that were said and were not accomplished. My district, as I did a run through all the District 8, I see a lot of poverty in the district. The streets have a lot of potholes on them. There's a lot of trash. I know I've talked to the business owners, the downtown area, and they've said that the business there has gone decreased really bad because of I guess they don't pay too much attention to the downtown area. The downtown area is the heart of Laredo. It's supposed to be the heart of Laredo. I remember back in the years, it was full of people, like you couldn't even walk through there. And now it's full of vagrants, panhandlers, and people are afraid to visit our downtown area. Why? Because they're afraid to be groped. They're afraid to be robbed. And I've spoken to, like I said, the business owners there. And the homeless people have gone into their businesses. They stole shirts. They stole so many things that they've done to them, and that's why our downtown area is very neglected in that way. Because as I spoke to them, I felt it's being left out. They haven't paid the attention that it needs to be paid. Not only the downtown area, I'm talking about the whole District 8. And there's a lot of people that have been said there's no lighting. The lights have been, they're really not updated to standard. I mean, they're afraid. It's very dark in the district. I was out there last night and it's horrible. I mean, and we need to change all that. We need to have more, we need to focus more on helping the elderly, cleaning the downtown area, because the downtown area, like I said, and cleaning the whole district. I know we have issues with the water right now. It's a main thing, the water, you know, and we have to focus on all those issues, tackle those issues, not try to help the rich. We're here to help the community in whole, not only certain people.
Understand. You know, it resonates with me because my family and everybody's from the what, the old neighborhood in Trece,
El Trece.
which is right there with Holy Redeemer this way,
Yes.
and still a lot of family members still live there. It's I've seen the degradation of that neighborhood over the years, how it's gone down, especially in the last couple of years. It's really been bad. And I'm not putting any blame to anybody, but there's a lot of things that I believe city council goes in there with good intentions, but then once they get in there, it's not, they understand they can't do anything about it because it's all the department heads and departments that are underneath. They could care less about it. They run it like their own little businesses and their own little empires. You know, you go to this director, you have to kiss him in the ring, and and that's not what this is about.
Yeah.
I've seen the vagrants down there. I've seen how certain vagrants of certain ethnic groups have attacked certain women in the little stores that are walking in there. In fact, I saw that with my own two eyes. It's going to get out of hand. We don't have the police that's there. We don't have them doing those walk-bys. I think the police downtown should be walking the beat instead of riding the bike. And,
Exactly.
you know, they should be walking the beat. We need that. Businesses, like you said, they're down. As you sit in here, this is the first school of Savate in the United States. Actually, it's the first school of Savate in the New World, registered and recognized by both the French Federation of Savate and the International Federation of Savate. So we've been here since '90. Now, earlier this year and last year, we were going to expand because I want to bring back the competitions. You know, we want to start, we can't, because this is a small place, we can't really put a boxing ring here. So I was looking for another place to put a boxing ring and have it more for people that want to compete. And I looked at some areas in the downtown area. And when we went to building and zoning and building department, their attitudes were very negative towards opening up there. You know, one of the businesses was on the street. They said, "Oh, you need to have 20 parking spaces to have that business." But this business has been on the street since before World War I. You know, we're buying this building. They do not understand the expansion that is there. They don't understand what it is. It's kind of like they don't want it to grow. So we have problems that I've seen, both in the building and both in the planning and zoning departments, that are heavy. We had some issues here with a building inspector come in here and just start raising his voice on me. We made a formal complaint. Okay? You know, and if that's, then I found out through associates that we have, both electricians, air conditioning, and men, that individual, that's the way he acts with everybody, and he causes a lot of trouble. So, and there've been complaints on him for years. So if you have that type of understanding in employees, that kind of puts a damper on the growth. Doesn't grow because, you know, and people say, "Oh, we're opening up this business. Well, we're opening up this other business." But how many businesses have been stopped because of this attitude that we have? You mentioned one thing, Ms. Guerra, that was poverty. I did a research for just this, which you can have in a PDF, and if anybody else wants to have it, send me an email at buitronacademy2012@gmail.com, and I'll send you that PDF. I did this study. Laredo's are number 10th in poverty.
Yes.
Okay? Our employment for manufacturing jobs is 0.8%. That means nothing.
Okay.
I mean, you said earlier today, we were talking about, it's the number one land and seaport in the United States. Okay. Makes billions and billions. Where is that? Look at our streets.
We need to find out where the money's going.
Look at how much is coming through the revenue on the bridges. Where's that?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that? And fine and dandy. I don't want to come from me, but what else do you see that we need to improve?
We need to improve a lot of things. First, we have to have somebody with leadership in the department
Yes.
that could defend the community and make for the community. Like you mentioned right now, you have issues with this individual trying to get permission or the permits necessary to open a business downtown. The thing is that we need to stop going like from one place and get permission from here, from there. We should all have one place to go to get all the permits in that place instead of sending the people from one place to the other to the other. That's gonna make them lose time in opening a business. Now, the businesses in the downtown area is gonna bring more people, more revenue to the city with taxes and more jobs. That's gonna create more jobs. So why make it so difficult if somebody wants to open a business in the downtown area? Of course, they have to go have everything in order to open the business, but now why give them the permit to open the business? Why go through all this hassle? And you have to go to planning and zoning, you have to go to building and permits, you have to go over here, electrician and all that. No, why not in just one place and get the permit, get whatever you need, and give them the permit to open their business? Why? Because it's like I said, it's gonna bring more revenue, more people to the downtown area, which is the downtown area is a ghost town right now. There's a couple of little stores here and there that have survived COVID, have survived everything. And like I said, the downtown area is the heart of Laredo. That's where we supposed to, as I grew, when I was little, I would get the metro bus and go to the downtown area, and it was great. I mean, there was a lot of stores to shop, but now they make it so much harder, like you said, to get a permit to open a business. Why make it hard? If they have everything in order, everything that is needed to open a business, why do they have to make them go through all that? Just give them the permission. I mean, you, like you said, you've been here for so many years. I mean, it's something that it's okay. You have everything in order. Yes, okay. This is a place. You're set to go, sir. I mean, like I said, it's going to bring revenue, taxes to the city, jobs.
You know, and I've talked to several other people that are conservative and some Republicans, and we had a Republican candidate that was trying to open up a location. So he said he was going to rent a place for headquarters. That's income to the person that's renting it.
Exactly.
And whether it's for 2 months or whether it's for 6 months or whatever, it's still rent coming in. And they said, oh, you can go to build the building, it's fine.
Planning.
Yeah, not the building department.
Mhm.
And they'll get you a permit. They said, oh, okay, fine. Calls, fine. Call the city manager, it was fine. All of a sudden, planning and zoning comes in, the inspector shows up and goes, oh, you have to go to planning and zoning. They called planning and zoning and they said, our next meeting is October 28th.
Wow.
Well, he goes, the election's already over. Okay? And then you say, going after me, I'm a little bit more vociferous. I could, I'll tell you exactly what it is. Going after me in several places where building department and zoning stopped it. And they said, you can't open this type of business here because we're going to open up a secondary satellite of what we have here in USA Savant and Buitron Academy, right? And they said, you can't. Now they have a dance studio there. It's the same type of business. So you have to see that are we in a state right here that the city is actually doing political oppression against certain individuals? To me, that's what
It looks like it.
It looks like it. It looks like it.
Went through. Yeah, it looks
And
like it.
are you segregating conservatives or this because of maybe you posted something on Facebook they didn't like, maybe you posted something here you didn't like, and they're going to go after you? We're going into some bad areas. You said something about a ghost town. That downtown is a ghost town. I foresee the way we're going, and especially with that new municipality that they're opening up on 35, Laredo is going to be a ghost town for small businesses because that building, that place over there is going to boom. It's going to boom.
Yeah.
Okay?
The thing is that the downtown area, we have to come up as city council members, the people that are there right now. And I'm not criticizing none of them. I mean, they do their job the way they do it. But they have to promote small businesses a lot, especially in the downtown area. they have to do events that would bring the people into the downtown area so they can see that the downtown area is still, that we can revive the downtown area. We have to come up with a plan that could bring more, you know, people from Mexico, the tourists, they come down here, they go to the outlets, but let's do something that could bring them to the downtown and buy in the little stores that are there and try to, we have to come up with a plan that can help them bring their businesses to Laredo in the downtown area and revive it in a way, have events there. I don't know if you know, Ms. Rosa Marquez de Treviño, the mayor's wife, recently did a 16 de Septiembre parade in the downtown area, starting on Convent. And I mean, my salutes to Ms. Marquez de Treviño, because I mean, it was never done before, ever in Laredo, and it was in the downtown area. You should have seen how nice it looked with all the bands, everybody participating in that event. And it was, when I saw it, I got chills in my body, because it was like I saw these people watching the parade, and it was like it brought memories back to me as when the downtown area was full of people. I mean, but we need to do this kind of events and try to revive the downtown area. The city has a lot of money that can buy property in the downtown area and help the businesses do their business there in the downtown area for a cheaper price than what they're saying that they're selling the property. The city can buy it and rent to the people for a cheaper price so they can bring their business to the Laredo area, or do a tax abatement on them, do an agreement with them, and so we can bring businesses to Laredo and revive the downtown
You know,
area.
they talk about that we want to do this, they want to do that, but their voice is being lost in the wind because the departments aren't doing what they're doing. And, you know, let's just
Lack of leadership.
Yeah. No, you're exactly right. It's the cronyism that's involved in the city of Laredo. If you want to open up a business anywhere, let's say I want to go buy a place or rent a place anywhere, pick the street, Jacaman, Calle del Norte, or whatever, and I have to do some construction there. I'm going to have to get a electrical permit. You know the average time it takes for them to come and give you an electrical, just a temporary electrical permit, about 20 days, 20 to 25 days. It's almost a month. So that means that you're paying rent for a month, you cannot even start construction. And then they come there and then they harass you like the way they did here, and they yell at you and they try to tough guy attitude kind of, you know, who are you talking about, you know? The city has to change that attitude.
It does.
And, you know, when you have cities like Houston, when Dallas, and can get it within a week's time, 72 hours, you know? And it's like this because they're moving. That's why the Valley, McAllen, everybody has eaten Laredo's lunch long ago.
Yes, because that exactly what you just mentioned. The thing is that, like I mentioned earlier, we have to have a plan where they can get the permits right then and there and not take as long as they're taking. I know I've gotten a lot of complaints, people that have been out there, businesses that I've spoken to, they said, this is the issue. We try to open a business, but they take long with the permits. And I know it especially when you're opening a business, it's a lot of money that the person is losing because they're waiting on a permit from here, from there. That's why I mentioned we can have a plan, the city can do a plan where they can just get a permit in one place. That inspector has to be certified and everything and go to the businesses and do it right away. But like I said, if lack of leadership, and then if you don't follow through, I mean, if you have that issue with city employees, you need to raise your concern to the supervisors there, and if they cannot do anything, then go to your city council and tell them, you know what, we're having this issue in opening the business because your employees are not following through with the amount of time that is given to them to open the business.
You are absolutely correct. You know, when you get to the city councilman or woman that's there, and you call them, you say, I'm trying to do this, I have a concern in my community. They should jump up and find out exactly what's going on. But this is what happens, and I've seen it, we've lived it. Laredo has always had this mafioso type attitude. Y tienes que besar la mano, si no, algo te va a pasar. Enough of that tough guy attitude that they have. Enough. Now, half of the guys that are sitting in city council are tough guys. Okay? You know what I'm saying? They're not.
Yes.
There's so, and then you get into the directors and assistant directors, and they want to act that way. They want to intimidate, kind of like intimidate or impose themselves on them. You better do this or else. That attitude is not. But I have seen in the past where inspectors, both food and inspectors, have harassed businesses because of what political affiliation they had outside. If they had a different sign, all of a sudden you had the inspectors coming in there harassing you, and until finally they tell you to move the sign. Understand? I've seen that. So political oppression, obstruction exists here in Laredo. I thought it had dissipated, but I'm seeing it more and more now that it's pretty ugly. And the city council, the mayor, they have to step up and say enough of that, because it's hindering our growth. Unless they want to grow it only for a certain political stream.
No.
And that's not what it's supposed to
No.
be about. It's supposed to be for everybody.
everybody.
Because it says, that beautiful document called the Constitution says, we the people.
We the people.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we have problems in Laredo. And we need people that are going to go in there and say, let's start changing it. I think, you said something there, when you have to complain to the director, and then after that to go there. That is a proper code of procedure, right? But sometimes you complain to a city councilman, they come back to the director, oh, that problem's taken care of. They go in front of the council, the problem's taken care of, and they know that they have 4 other councilmen that they have to, befriend for them not to get thrown away. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So for the lack of use of another word,
Yes.
they have to befriend them because they know that these other 3 over here have already got enough complaints. So they go over here and okay, now you have a park day at, you can eat the hot dog of your favorite council person and wave at the stars. Now you have that park day, and los tienen contentos a esto because they saben que they have five votes over here, and they can do whatever they want. They continue. It has to stop.
No, it does have to stop. I mean, like I said, if I am elected as your next city council for District 8, I am gonna follow through. If there's a complaint, somebody reaches out to me on the phone and says, you know what, I'm having issues. I have everything in order. All the documentation is there. The supervisor is not answering my calls. I am gonna follow through. It's not, you don't say, okay, I already took care of it. No, show me how you've taken care of this stuff. I wanna know what's going on. What is the person missing to open their business? And like I said, there's a lack of all that because it's like you mentioned, it's in certain groups and certain people that they help out. This is a community. The people voted for you to be in city council because they trusted you and that you were gonna help them in whenever they needed something in the community, right? But if you don't help them out, then you don't belong there. This is a position that is gonna help the community and help the district grow. Grow in what ways? In many ways. In cleaning up, in doing businesses, in when people reach out to you, return their calls back, attend to people. Why? Because they voted for you. They put their trust in you. And you have to help them out because that's your job as a city council. And to have a great district is leadership and be there for the people, always.
You mentioned something, it's the leadership. You've said that throughout our conversation. We have lack of leadership.
We do.
We have a dysfunctional city government.
We do.
We have some great people, because I think everybody that was elected is a nice person.
Yes.
I think they were elected for a reason. But I believe this, and I would suggest that we should shoot for this. We have a term limit, 4 years.
4 years.
And then you're out. Because you don't need 4 years to find out if you need a speed bump, if you need lights over
Exactly.
here, if you need the water's not here. If you need another 4 years to do that, that means you've already learned how to grift, and you're grifting.
Exactly.
So you have 4 years, term limit. I think we should put that into our charter. 4 years, you go out and get somebody else 4 years. We don't need to put, now they're talking about putting 2 extra districts that are going to be at large. No, we don't need that. Laredo's growing, and it will grow. And we do have to divide certain districts into other 2. Yes, I do that, but they should not be at large. They should be by a district person if we're going to go that route. But we need to place term limits. And we need to place term limits for you not to have that type of issue that goes on. And that's it. You know, one thing, I'm gonna say this. A lot of people, this is a very polarized election season because you have ex-President Trump running and Harris running. But in all attitude, when you look at how our forefathers made the electoral process, it was supposed to be a business person comes out or a leader of that community comes out, goes inside, does their job, and goes back out. And that's what happened with Trump. People don't like it, but Trump came in, you do your work, and you go out. Not have these career politicians that are sitting down there 40 years, not doing anything, haven't done anything, and then they're blaming the person that came in here, you know, it's your fault. No.
Yeah.
You have to go in and go back out into the community. And I think that process was a magnificent process that they made, but we're not following it. We somehow stopped following it.
Well, actually, it's a 4-year term the first time, and you decided you want to get reelected again, and it's for 4 more years, which is 8 years in total, and that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
So, I mean, like you said, if you don't do it in 4 years, I mean, it's like, if you want to do the things right now, why don't you do it 1 or 2 years into when you were elected? But now you want to do everything now that you're going to be, you're there to get reelected. And it's like, how come right now you're doing everything instead of doing it when you were there in office within the first year or second year? You know, the first year you're trying to get everything that's going on with the city, where your district stands and all that, right? But then after a year, I think it's enough for you to say, you know what, I'm gonna start working, I'm gonna start doing this, I'm gonna bring this to the district, the district is lacking this, lacking over here, lacking over there, and then you focus on those issues. You focus on bringing, like I said, the downtown and the lighting, and you focus on all that. But within your time, I mean, right now that you're up for re-election, you wanna do a lot of changes, I think it's too late already, you know?
Yeah, you're correct. You're correct.
Yeah, so
You're
I mean,
correct.
and like you said, they want to bring the two. I know for a fact that they had the charter division had mentioned that they wanted to bring cut the city council into 4. It's 2 city council members per district, meaning that I think, if I'm not mistaken, they want to bring like District 7 and 8 together, and then two city councils there for those 2 districts, and then city council 6 and 5 and 6 together, and then 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Instead of having like 8 districts, they wanted to bring it down to 4 districts only, but it was 2 city councils per those districts, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, it's not gonna work because if one city, say you're a city council, I'm a city council, I do something wrong, it's gonna reflect back on you because you're part of that district. You're in that city council with me. It's part of it.
What's going to happen with that is let's hide the blame.
Yeah.
Let's hide the blame. Who did it? Oh, he did it. No, he did it. He did it.
Exactly.
He did it. Oh, no, she did it. He did it.
And
that's what's going to happen with what's going on. What you just told me right now, that's the best way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was reading a book, and I tell folks out there, I have nothing to do with, I'm not affiliated with him. I think he's a great man, and he wrote a book called Mafia Democracy. He's an ex-mob boss of New York. His name's Michael Francis. You can look it up on Amazon. Great book. And he talks about how our government has turned into a mafia.
Yes.
In Laredo, it's been like that for the longest time. You know, if you didn't like it, te mandaban los policías para que te den una calentada. You know, saying that they'll send police officers to beat you up, to heat you up, and off-duty deputies. And Laredo's been like that for the longest time. Okay, but what they were talking about was how they were stealing the money, how the money was being swindled off. It was in parks. Quieren un parque para acá, otro parque acá, otro parque acá, todos parques. Dijo, and they subcontracted out to people to build it. He goes, while the city has enough workmen, labor, to build those parks. Why do we have to contract them out?
Contract them out, yes.
If the city can do it.
Yeah, but.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The contractors come in because we know where the money's going,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, so-
And that's why they do this stuff like
And
this.
you know what I love the most? When he said, when my time, he goes, living in that life, the Democrats are the easiest ones to buy. Well, Laredo has been Democrat for the longest time.
We've been a blue city for
But
some.
you're like, cheap up.
Yeah, but people have to wake up and realize that we're not for sale.
No,
We
exactly.
don't have a price.
Exactly.
I mean,
But-
this is what people have to focus on, that you don't have a price tag. It's not, we're gonna buy you with money because you have all the money in the world. We're gonna buy you with money. Oh, we can buy boats with money. We can buy this with money. No. When is Laredo gonna change if we keep on with the mafia saying Laredo's for sale? People, the voters are for sale. People have a price tag. We don't.
That
I
much-
don't.
No, and neither am I, do I, but you know, when you see, that attitude, that's why people don't vote. You know, we have 160,000 registered voters, only 30,000 come out.
Yeah, because and some of this, the reason why
That's
people
one thing.
don't vote is because they're retired of promises that have not been done, not have accomplished. They haven't. They say we're gonna do this, we're gonna do yes, because they're running for office. But truly, have you ever seen someone? And I mean, I can count them. There's not a lot, but that have said, I'm gonna do this for the community, vote me in. Have they done it? No. No, they have not done it.
There's some that have done.
There,
There's
I'm
some
not,
that
that's
have
why
done.
I'm saying,
There's
there's,
some
I
that
can
have
just
done-
say,
there-
yeah,
There's some that have done it, but then, that's what I'm saying. Once they do it, the first 4 years is fine, then the second year, the second 4 years, whoops,
Yeah,
they
but
do a
that-
180.
yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, the
Totally
term limit,
different.
that term limit has to stop at 4. Se acabó, boom, that's it,
next,
go.
somebody else that has better
Yeah,
ideas,
let's
more
go.
ideas, or
Whatever-
can continue the projects that were left from
Yeah.
that city council to
We
continue.
also have to do that. You mentioned something there about the projects. There's a lot of city councilmen that have great projects, they make them, and they put them in the third year, but it's gonna take 5 years to make.
Yeah,
A new city council person gets elected in that same district,
they
y
get
lo
the
paran.
credit. Oh, they stop it.
They stop it,
Yes.
they change it to do something else. Oh, we're gonna do this because you didn't like that? No. So
No.
we have to protect those projects that have already been there,
Yeah,
understand?
yes,
Because that's where we're losing a lot of money with all, change orders is basically.
Yes.
Where we're losing all the money. So we have a competent, now I see a competent law department there, legal department that we have in the city. I think that they have to gain a little bit more teeth in the negotiations, because every time we had a negotiation of a contract or something to that effect, it will send out. No, we have to do it here. Okay? The ethics violations of people that were sponsored by any of the unions are voting for those contractual agreements when the unions are coming up, whether it's the police or the fire union.
yeah,
They have to get hit with an infraction if they voted, or they have to recuse themselves because they were aided in their campaigns.
Mhm.
They're not doing that. They're placed on those areas. So we have to look at all those things that go
we
on,
do.
And let me tell you one thing, I don't vote. I'm gonna tell you why. Last year, when I found out that the police officers had moved over to a different district to vote for somebody else, I knew exactly what was going on, and it cemented in my head, the vote here in Laredo is suppressed. So I went over there and I removed my name from that legally. Don't send me anything, don't take me out legally. Because now I'm wondering, where did the police move to? What district for them to help out who they're gonna be sponsoring?
Yeah,
Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got caught,
it's,
and nothing happened. I don't even know
no,
whatever
no,
happened to
it's
them.
just, it's like I said, it's just a slap in the hand. Don't do it, and that's where it's wrong, because, I mean, you have to, in order to run, you have to live in the precinct,
Yeah.
right, in the district.
That's
But,
one thing, but
yes.
to vote, you know how they moved? I don't
Change
know,
of addresses, yeah,
over
within-
there. ¿Qué está pasando ahorita?
yo sé,
I don't even know if it's, right now, we should be checking up on that.
yes, I know, and trust me, I know people don't live in the district where they say they live, and they still allow them to vote, but then they talk in public and say, oh, this person didn't live in the precinct, they're investigating them for this. but what about you? You don't live in the district, but you're still running, right? So it's like, I mean, you have to, you're defrauding the people, you're lying to the people of the district that you live in that district and you don't, you know? And that tells you what type of city council women or men you are, because you're lying to the people from the district. You don't live there. And to me, the people deserve, you have to have transparency, integrity, and be honest to the people. Now, if you tell the people, okay, I'm gonna help you out in this and that, help them out. Tell them, and if you can, reach out to them. Say, you know what, I couldn't, but you know what, there's another way of helping you out. But don't just, like I said, if you don't know the necessity of the people until you have gone through it. But if you don't live in the district, you don't know the necessity. So
Like this one I'm telling you, in 4 years, if you don't know
the
streets, the potholes and everything,
the potholes and everything,
you don't need another 4 to realize it.
to realize that, yes, exactly, and I agree with that. But I mean, unfortunately, that's the way it's set. But I mean, anything can change in within the years, you know. But right now, like I said, focus on bringing the district back, reviving the district
The small businesses.
promoting the small businesses, doing events in the
But
downtown area
the
to
small
revive
businesses of the whole of Laredo,
a
not
whole Laredo. Yes, not
not
only the downtown, no, the
not,
whole
not,
Laredo.
not the small businesses of my favorite group.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
Mm,
no.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm talking in general, the whole district eight. There's a lot of businesses out there that are still they're struggling and trying to survive. And I know COVID-19 hit us so bad that everything went back, and inflation is skyrocket, you know. And I know these businesses are struggling, but I mean, we have to help them out in promoting small business, have events and promote them so they can, and like I said, bring more businesses to the downtown so we can revive it and bring events. Like, let's do some events at the La Posada and the Placita. I mean, what do we have it there for? Bring some bands from the
But-
schools and do like a band something so the
Yeah,
people can start coming in.
You got a great point, but when you do that and you try to bring in things for the city, the Parks and Rec Department will hinder you from doing it. You're like, parale, what's your problem? And they'll hinder you, and they'll put more.
No, I'm gonna fight.
That has to change.
It has to change. Yes.
It has to change.
But
I mean-
that's why you have to. That's why you have to communicate this with the supervisors from every department. And as a city council person, you go talk to them and say, you know what, these are my plans to do. What is it need to be done? This is what I'm gonna do. And these events are gonna happen. And you have as a city council, you can authorize to go in there and do your events. I mean, the city cannot stop you. If I have to go through whatever I have to go through, whoever, if it's a city attorney, city manager, whoever I have to go through, but these events are gonna take place. Why? Because I wanna revive the downtown area.
No, you're absolutely correct. I mean, we need help in all the different areas. We
In
need
all the
solutions.
districts.
We need to come in here with folks that have solutions. We have people that can brainstorm, think, from the left, from the right, everybody come together and think of a project of how we can manage this.
Yes, the more the
Because, right-
merrier, because you can have,
Yeah, because right now what's going on, it's like this, the water. Yeah,
Water.
we need
yes,
water.
water,
Boil, I don't even know how many boil times they've told us we needed to boil our water.
yeah.
Okay, and that's number one. Then they say we need secondary water. They've been looking for secondary waters. Probably the same members in that committee have been around, sitting down in that same committee, probably for the last 20 years. And then they still can't figure out where do we get it? Do we do this? Do we do that? Do we save this? It's all a bunch of BS. But then you get a network of people that are opening up that settlement that's going to go up there to Telusa, that's up here on 35, and they already have water permits, and they're going to do a desalination plant like this.
Yeah.
And these people are still trying to figure out the rivers.
Where to get water from?
Yeah. One day the sun's going to blow up and the earth is no longer going to be here.
Yes.
But there's nothing I can do about it. So we better start figuring out how we can save
Yeah,
ourselves.
because we're gonna end up with no water.
And they're just there arguing back and forth.
Yeah.
Y esto que lo otro, and we can't hinder that.
Yeah.
You know, there was a thing here, Ms. Guerra. um, that they were trying to open up a kind of a shopping center with a hotel a while back. And it was going to be connected to the lake. They would have a small little ramp. In fact, they will have a part of the lake where you can swim. I remember it was a while back, and all of a sudden these activists turned around and they said this creek that just popped up next to in front of the airport. So they hindered that thing. That was going to be a $94 million project that was going to bring jobs, like a mall.
And revenue.
Jobs, okay? They hindered it. Now you got a Subway and a dollar store and I think the Ross or something.
Oh,
over
yes,
there
the
in
Ross,
front.
yes, in front.
And you're like, and they took that project and they went down to the valley with it. Why? Because they hindered it.
Yeah,
I understand being an activist. We have to. We have to stand up and we have to claim. But there's a difference between crying wolf and doing something for the benefits.
yeah.
We have to stop that. We can't go and impose people. You have to do it because we're also going to. No. Let's find out solutions what we can do.
Yeah, solutions.
And-
And Laredo's lacking a lot of things, a lot of things. Everybody goes to San Antonio, go to McAllen, because they have more things over there. Laredo's big, like I said, it's the #1 port of entry in the whole United States. Billions of dollars come in here
And we bend over backwards for
And-
Mexico.
yeah.
And Mexico now is doing that
Doing
that
bigger-
railroad that's going to bypass the Panama Canal, massive construction, and they're going to connect the Pacific to the Gulf. I want to find out what's going to be the next
And-
big port. Is it going to be Corpus? Is it going to be Galveston?
I know.
Is it going to be Houston?
Except Laredo.
New Orleans? Because they could care less about Laredo,
Laredo.
but here we're bending forward
Laredo,
backwards.
we're short on bridges. We don't have enough. We only have what, Bridge 1? Well, actually, Bridge 1 is used for the
Pedestrian.
Sentry, pedestrian, or the Sentry from coming from Mexico to Laredo. And just Bridge number 2, Colombia, it's for the truckers. And Bridge, the other one on
The World Trade.
the World Trade. I mean, we're lacking bridges here. You're talking about go over there, you have 5, 6 bridges. And Laredo is the #1 port of entry in the United States. And we're like, where's Laredo? Laredo's not even on the map right now.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have to be put on the map. The Laredo, with all the money that's coming into Laredo, Laredo should be already expanded past mile marker 18, 19, that part of Laredo. But where are we? We're still in the same area. Why? Because where's that money going? That we need transparency on the money.
And you're talking about the money in the bridge.
The money, everything. Where's that money going to? We have billions of dollars in Laredo with the port of entries that the truckers, how many truckers pass every day? Tons. Thousands of trailers come in every day, in and out, in and out, in and out. The transportistas, in and out, import, export, all the Mines Road area. That's a lot of money coming in. But like you said, why can we? This was when I started into going into politics. Oh, this help this and here. You tell yourself, what is Laredo lacking also? But we don't have the water. We don't have the water. But when we had it, why didn't we get a water park?
No, we
Why
did that.
do
that thing
people
that's-
have to go to San Antonio, have to go to New Brownsville, have to go to Brownsville to go to
Right.
water parks when we could have had one here back in the years when Laredo was great, had water, and that brings a lot of jobs, revenue for the city, and we don't have anything here that the kids can get involved with. There's not enough things for the kids how many recreation centers do we have?
5 or 6.
Ladrillera doesn't have one. Ladrillera has to go to Boys and Girls Club, and it's kind of far. People in La Ladrillera, where I live, we're in poverty. And do you think they have transportation to take their kids over there? No. Our park we don't have anything in the park. It's a baseball park, just a chorrito de agua, a little water park, like a bull ring size, with a little chorrito de agua, and ya confórmate. No. I mean, what about our kids? Those kids are going to grow up and they're going to be somebody in life. City council, mayor, president, you never know. And this is what we're showing our little ones. Oh, Laredo, there's nothing to do. Why do you think people are moving out of Laredo? Because there's nothing here in Laredo.
We have
There's
to-
nothing.
I'm telling you this. The valley is small business friendly. San Antonio is small business friendly.
Exactly.
Selma's small business
Except
friendly.
Laredo.
Except Laredo.
Except
You want to
Laredo.
try to build, and if you post something on Facebook, they're going to go after you and your business.
Yes.
And that's the way Laredo is. I mean, if they want, they're acting like mafiosis.
See,
And,
yeah.
and then when you can tell them that, oh, no. Listen, I don't think, in all honesty, the city council, and I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, are involved with trying to bring down small businesses in Laredo. I don't think so. It's the department heads that are in
That
there
are
right
doing
now
this.
that are in there. Some of them, I'm sorry, but in a business, in the city of Laredo is a business, you have to fire people.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to let
If they're
them go.
not doing their job, you,
You
have to let them go. And we have to stop the corruption. If there's corruption within the city, it has to stop.
And it's not about let's sweep it under the rug para que no diga el otro, oh, they're coming after this, y asustan al city council person
Yeah.
that's helping you out.
Yes.
And
This is a free country, and you as yourself have the right to choose who you want to vote for or who you're going to support. You're going to support for the person that is better for your district and the one that has better ideas and that's going to be out there and help the community. This, like I said, this is a free country. You as a person have the right to choose who you want to. And if there's people coming in with mafias, and like I said, we don't have a price tag. There's no price tag.
And I'm going to say this, and if you guys are out there listening and tuning in on this, and you have a small business, or you're a citizen, and you have a sign of a political candidate, doesn't matter who it is, and you have a building inspector, a police officer, somebody from the city coming to you, intimidating you, film them. Film them. Record them and film them. And
Report.
report it. And report it to all the city council and report it to the city manager. Because this has to stop.
Yes.
This political obstruction has to stop. That oppression that Laredo is in has to stop. And listen, we're 30 days, more or less. We're about 32, 33 days. We're going to find out two things. Our groceries are going to go down, or we're in the middle of a civil war, or World War III. That's it.
Or the Great Depression. Again.
Okay? Either our groceries go down, or we're stuck in a war.
Yeah. And like Mr. Buitron mentioned right now, if small businesses are going through this, you're being harassed because you have a political sign from a candidate that they're not in agreement with, report it to the local city council. If they do not listen to you, please go to city council. There's city council meetings there. Go there and raise your concern and let them know the issue. Because whenever you go to city council, everything is recorded and documented there. Let them know, raise your concern. Let them know that you're being harassed and that this is going on in your business. Don't let anybody intimidate you. Don't let anybody tell you what to do. You have the right to choose who you want to vote for.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, if somebody wants to get involved with your campaign and reach out to you, how can they do that?
They can reach out to me. I'm gonna be having a grand opening for my campaign on Saturday, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at 2201 San Bernardo. Or you can reach out to me at my cell phone number. It's 956-251-9416. You can reach out to me there. If I do not answer your call, send me a message and I will return your call back. And I'll be there for the community. Any questions you might have, anything you might want to ask me regarding the district or what changes I want to do, you can reach me out at that number, text me, or you can meet me and greet me at my campaign headquarters on this coming Saturday at 2201 San Bernardo from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Absolutely. Folks, things that I've said here have come from experiences that I have seen, personal experiences. Okay, this is not hearsay, it's personal experiences, and I'm voicing out exactly what's happening. And I've been doing that for many years. And the reason is because we don't live in that type of world. And we need to move forward. We need to, I love Laredo. I moved back because I love Laredo. But we need to continue to build Laredo and make it strong. If it's the #1 port, I want to be the #1 in everything. You should see that. Again, I did a study. If you want this, I'll PDF it to you. Send me an email. It's no big deal.
I want a copy of this.
Yes, you'll get one. And folks, we'll leave you with this. You all stay safe, be safe, and God bless you. Till next time.